Silence, all stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Tanika Julie Andriazza.
May it please the court, I move that Tanika Julie Andriazza be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tanika Julie Andriazza be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Caitlin Alex Bard.
May it please the court, I move that my niece, Caitlin Alex Baird, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Caitlin Alex Baird be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zuhal Birkin.
May it please the court, I move that Zuhal Birjan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Zuhal Buchan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jack Robinson Brasher.
May it please the court, I move that Jack Robertson Brasher be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jack Robertson Brasher be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Quinn Alice Brunner.
May it please the court, I move that Quinn Alice Brunner be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Quinn Alice Brunner be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wei Yin Angela Chan.
May it please the court, I move that Wei Yin Angela Chan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Wei Yin Angela Chan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daniel Cedric Clark.
May it please the court, I move that Daniel Cedric Clark be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Daniel Cedric Clark be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Annabelle Mariah Crompton.
May it please the court, I move that Annabelle Mariah Compton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Annabelle Mariah Compton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Emma Mary Cottle.
May it please the court, I move that Emma Mary Cottle be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Emma Mary Cottle be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bilal Dua.
May it please the court, I move that Bilal Dua be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bilal Dua be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James Robert Eaton.
May it please the court, I move that James Robert Eaton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let James Robert Eaton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joy Elias.
May it please the court, I move that Joy Elias be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joy Elias be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Richard Paul Gardner.
May it please the court, I move that Richard Paul Gardner be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Richard Paul Gardner be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabel Leela Gee.
May it please the court, I move that Isabel Leela G be admitted as lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Isabel Leela G be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Natalie Teresa Gerwick.
May it please the court, I move that Natalie Teresa Gerwick be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Natalie Teresa Gerwick be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sayed Ali Gadiri.
May it please the court, I move that Sayed Ali Gadiri be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sayed Ali Gadiri be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Militza Gravak.
May it please the court, I move that Militza Grayak be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Militza Gravak be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Adelaide Haley Grizzard.
May it please the court, I move that Adelaide Haley Grizzard be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Adelaide Haley Grizzard be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
May Haydar.
May it please the court, I move that May Haydar be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That May Haydar be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ruby Clover Harris.
May it please the court, I move that Ruby Clover Harris be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ruby Clover Harris be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rodney James Henderson.
May it please the court, I move that Rodney James Henderson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Rodney James Henderson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kathleen Ann Hunt.
May it please the court, I move that Kathleen Ann Hunt be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Kathleen Ann Hunt be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Emily Claire Hunyor.
May it please the court, I move that my niece Emily Claire Hunyor be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Emily Claire Hunyor be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lucinda Brody Yacano.
May it please the court, I move that Lucinda Brody Iacano be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lucinda Brody Iacano be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Grace Marie Yenko.
May it please the court, I move that Grace Marie Yanko be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Grace Marie Yenko be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Matthew Joseph Cox.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Matthew Joseph Cox, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Matthew Joseph Cox be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Erica Bell Coit.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter Erica Bell Coit be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Erica Bell Coit be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samantha Kristen Kotsakis.
May it please the court, I move that Samantha Kristen Kotsakis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Samantha Kristen Kotsakis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yang Lu.
May it please the court, I move that Yang Lu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Yang Yu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shin Yun Ma.
May it please the court, I move that Shinyu Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jinyu Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kalpurna Maran.
May it please the court, I move that Kalpana Maran be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Kalpana Maran be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samantha Jane Marshall.
May it please the court, I move that Samantha Jane Marshall be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Samantha Jane Marshall be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lockie Donald Ian Martin.
May it please the court, I move that Lachlan Donald Ian Martin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lachlan Donald Ian Martin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aisha Mary McCarthy.
May it please the court, I move that Alicia Mary McCarthy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Alicia Mary McCarthy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ashley Marie McDermott.
May it please the court, I move that Ashley Mary McDermott be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ashley Mary McDermott be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vicky Milak.
May it please the court, I move that Vicky Milak be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Vicky Milak be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Taylor Ashleen Miners.
May it please the court, I move that Taylor Ashleen Miners be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Taylor Ashleen Miners be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aisha Mubasa.
May it please the court, I move that Aisha Mubasha be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Aisha Mubasha be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jack Byron Newbury.
May it please the court, I move that Jack Byron Newbury be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jack Byron Newbury be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Catherine Quinn Ewan.
May it please the court, I move that Catherine Quinn Ewan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Catherine Quinn Ewan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jennifer Ruth Oakley.
May it please the court, I move that Jennifer Ruth Oakley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jennifer Ruth Oakley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Luke Thomas O'Brien.
May it please the court, I move that Luke Thomas O'Brien be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Luke Thomas O'Brien be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James William Ofosu Asamoah.
May it please the court, I move that James William Afosu Asamoah be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let James William Afosu Asamoah be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Emily Anna Posthowson.
May it please the court, I move that Emily Anna Posthausen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Emily Anna Posthausen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nicholas George Revell.
May it please the court, I move that Nicholas George Rule be admitted as a lawyer in this honourable court.
Let Nicholas George Rule be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christina Samore.
May it please the court, I move that Christina Samore be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christina Samore be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Madeline Lee Caitlin Scott.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Madeline Lee Caitlin Scott, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Madeline Lee Caitlin Scott be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Elsie Kathleen Shelley.
May it please the court, I move that Elsie Kathleen Shelley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elsie Kathleen Shelley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Paulina Barbara Shevich.
May it please the court, I move that my niece Paulina Barbara Shevich be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Paulina Barbara Savage be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sean Rhett Kelly Slocum.
May it please the court, I move that Sean Rhett Kelly Slocum be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sean Rhett Kelly Slocum be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samuel Enrico Stella.
May it please the court, I move that Samuel Enrico Stella be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Samuel Enrico Stella be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
CU 10.
May it please the court, I move that C.U. Teng be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let C.U. Teng be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Pasquale Carlo Turano.
May it please the court, I move that Pasquale Carlo Turano be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Pasquale Carlo Turano be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Harriet Stephanie Walker.
May it please the court, I move that Harriet Stephanie Walker be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Harriet Stephanie Walker be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Laura Angela Joan Williams.
May it please the court, I move that Laura Angela Joan Williams be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Laura Angela Joan Williams be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Grace Yen Yen Wu.
May it please the court, I move that Grace Yan Yan Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Grace Yan Yan Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Errol Esef Youssef.
May it please the court, I move that Errol Esraf Youssef be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Errol Esraf Youssef be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zhangji Zhang.
May it please the court, I move that Zhongji Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Zhangji Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to, as directed by Mr. Ishnikov, stand for the purposes of swearing an oath or making an affirmation. So please stand when and as directed.
With the first two rows, please stand. Tanika Julie Andriaza. Caitlin Alex Baird. Zuhal Burkhan. Jack Robinson Brasher. Quinn Alice Brunner. Wei Ying Angela Chan. Daniel Cedric Clark. Annabelle Mariah Compton. Emma Mary Cottle. Bilal Dua. James Robert Eaton. Joy Elias. Richard Paul Gardner. Isabel Leela G. Natalie Teresa Goick. Sayed Ali Gadiri. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated. Would the third and fourth rows please stand? Militza Grajevac, Adelaide Haley Grizzar, May Haydar, Ruby Clover Harris, Rodney James Henderson, Kathleen Ann Hunt, Emily Claire Hunyor, Lucinda Brody Yacano, Grace Marie Yenko, Matthew Joseph Cox, Erica Bell Coit, Samantha Kristen Kotsakis, Yang Lu, Shunyong Ma, Gopuna Maran, Samantha Jane Marshall, Lachlan Donald Ian Martin, Alicia Mary McCarthy, Ashley Murray McDermott, Vicky Milak. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Please be seated. Would the row in front of me please stand? Taylor Ashleen Miners, Aisha Mubasha, Jack Byron Newberry, Catherine Quinn Newen, Jennifer Ruth Oakley, Luke Thomas O'Brien, James William Afasu Asamoah, Emily Anna Posthausen, Nicholas George Rule. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please be seated. Would the two rows on this side please stand? Christina Samore, Madeline Lee Caitlin Scott, Elsie Kathleen Shelley, Paulina Barbara Shevich, Sean Rhett Kelly Slocum, Samuel Enrico Stella, CU10, Pasquale Carlo Turano, Harriet Stephanie Walker, Laura Angela Joan Williams, Grace Yen Wu, Errol Ezref Youssef, Zhangji Zheng. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please be seated.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to the Banco Court, the ceremonial court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench this morning, to my right, is Justice McNaughton, Judge of the Common Law Division of this court, and to my left, Justice Faulkner, also a Judge of the Common Law Division of the court. Together we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice this morning. And we have done so in this court, which rests on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years. And the court pays its sincere respects to elders past and present, and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. I also acknowledge, sitting at the bar table, the Shadow Attorney General, Mr. Henskins of Senior Counsel. To all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one of great celebration for you. We up here know, we can remember how hard you have all had to work to reach this important milestone. I'm also pleased to welcome those with you, supporting you today or watching on the live stream. For many of you, the support of your family and friends will have been invaluable on the journey thus far. For many of them, the endurance of your finely polished or emerging skills of argument and persuasion may now be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever the case, I'm sure they're all immensely proud of you, and I encourage you to take time to thank them. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you might even convince them to shout you to a civilised lunch to mark the occasion. In being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession with the custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice dating back to the 12th century, and this court first admitted lawyers as long ago as 1824. Indeed, in May of this year, the court to which you have just been admitted celebrated its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to know, one of the oldest continuing common law courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud. We had a great celebration and ceremonial sitting in this very courtroom to mark the bicentenary, and some significant and important speeches were made, and a video of the ceremony is available on the court's website, and I'd urge you to take the time to watch it. You're also a very fortunate cohort. After this ceremony, when you move to the lobby of the building to sign the roll and receive your certificate of admission, you will also be presented gratis with a copy of the court's recently published bicentenary history entitled Constant Guardian Changing Times, a history of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, 1824 to 2024, as a memento of your admission in this bicentennial year. It's only 450 pages long, but there are some wonderful historic photographs and images. So I do hope you take the time to read it and enjoy it. It has a wealth of fascinating information in it about the court, of which you have each just become an officer. In celebrating the court's bicentenary, we also celebrate 200 years of the rule of law in New South Wales, about which I'll say a little more shortly. This ceremony is attended by unique formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by someone who is already a member of the legal profession, and that you have each made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers and before judges of the court. They and we are all therefore witnesses to the serious promises and undertakings each of you has just made. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one, it is a continuing one, and deserves solemn regard. So whether you go on to work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law Office, the Aboriginal Legal Service for legal aid, or a government department or agency, or indeed in an entirely different field, you should be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Now, you'll see from portraits of former Chief Justices which hang on the walls of this court that we are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. And you may be wondering why, after these 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can tell you that it's not because they're particularly comfortable. But we do so for important symbolic reasons. They serve to highlight what I've referred to as the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although importantly, the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. Some 45% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are now female. That is a radical change from when I commenced practice, which I like to think was not that long ago, although the objective evidence may be different. But it is a salutary change. As to continuity of the rule of law, we live in a world where there is much global uncertainty and insecurity, and the rule of law is more important than ever, and not simply some academic construct or a phrase of some mere theoretical import. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. As we survey the globe, there is nothing theoretical about those threats and realities. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. The pandemic, for example, prompted a radical shift in the use of technology in the practice of the law and in our courtrooms. And the advent of AI brings with it both opportunities and challenges which the legal profession and the courts are working through. But while the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, it is my firm view that the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, perform under pressure, and deal with each other. An individual who is in need of your services as a lawyer will, in many cases, be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, family, property, personal well-being, or health or financial position. There is therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently, of course, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. To do so requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be a strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our cosmopolitan community. That very much includes Indigenous lawyers. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates, and judges assists in ensuring that all people who come involved in our justice system can and feel that they can be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community and a judiciary sensitive to and educated in all of the different cultural and strands which comprise our community. The admissions ceremonies in which I have sat over the last 5.5 years since becoming a judge, including this ceremony, highlight that there is far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when I commenced practice. That's a very good thing, and leaders of the profession and of the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. That in turn builds trust in and respect for not only the judiciary and the legal profession, but ultimately for the rule of law. Let me now offer a little bit of professional and personal advice. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools that you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and the administration of justice. Those are duties you owe whether you're a litigator in court or whether you're not engaged in the adversarial side of the legal profession, but any aspect of the legal profession. At various points of your career, you'll make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. If we're honest with ourselves, we all make mistakes, especially when starting off on something new. If and when you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those mistakes. One mistake I always advise young lawyers to strive to avoid is the mistake of falling into the habit of giving your clients the advice you think they want to hear. I can tell you now that that will almost certainly not be good advice, and they won't thank you for it in the long run. Your role as a lawyer is to give independent advice, which sometimes requires courage and strength of character. The advice may not be positive for your client, but your role is to convey it accurately and competently. Being a lawyer means that you are an advisor, a problem solver, sometimes a mediator, sometimes an advocate. As you go about your day-to-day work, as I've said, remember that you're not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but the law as it applies to people's lives. That human engagement extends to your interactions with your colleagues, including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate. Aspects of the law, especially if you are involved in litigation, are confrontational. We have an adversarial system in the courts. But the practice of the law is stressful and demanding enough without personal antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, which we sometimes see. So it's essential that you strive to maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour, remembering at all times that you are now members of a profession, which importantly is different from a business. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges, for that matter, could also use that reminder from time to time. I don't wholly exclude myself from that observation. But for a non-lawyer, the law is often incomprehensible or at the very least difficult to understand. One of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others, so strive to be clear and concise at all times in what you write and in what you say. To do so actually facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are both also extremely important, something of which we're much more aware these days than maybe 30 years ago. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel somewhat overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because lawyers wanting to do the best for their clients will go the extra mile to make sure an advice is comprehensive or a case is completely properly prepared, that questions have been anticipated and the like. That's admirable, but it can also be exhausting. So you must work hard to keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it, as frankly we all have from time to time and sometimes still do, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. Also remember that the law is a highly collegiate profession. And in this context, I'm going to now call on two young representatives, one from the New South Wales Bar and one from the Law Society of New South Wales, to offer some words of welcome. Ms. Phelan, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Ellie Phelan and I have been practising for 3 years at the Bar, predominantly in commercial law and white-collar crime. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, whilst also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The Bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I am proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job and that it allows me to give expert advice to and represent people in court and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. I am pleased to see that my pathway both to the Bar and my experience whilst at the Bar is becoming more common. I grew up in regional Victoria and was the first member of my family to successfully complete high school and go on to university. I joined a very well-regarded floor in 9 Wentworth, who have welcomed me and supported me when I took maternity leave during my second year at the Bar. I am an example of the New South Wales Bar's efforts to be more reflective of society. If you are interested in coming to the Bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar open day. In your first year of practice as a reader, you will receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority who meet with you weekly, review your work and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to just those 2 barristers. The Bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, which organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5 barristers like me, and a diversity and equality committee, of which I am a former member, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual orientation. Whether as a lawyer or barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or the Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Ms. Stefano of the Law Society.
May it please the court. My name is Elise Stefano, and not so long ago, I stood where you stand today, and what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud about what you have achieved so far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It is not always easy. Often, it was overwhelming. But as I stand here today, after 6 years and now working as a senior associate at Colin Biggers and Paisley, I can tell you that I have already learned a thing or two. One of the most important things that I have learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you all now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community with our 30,000 members from far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I have been part of, firstly, New South Wales Young Lawyers as a student, and then also the Law Society of New South Wales for the last 10 years. Here I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining the Law Society and Young Lawyers, you will gain access to a professional network, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society that you, as a newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. We look forward to welcoming you to the Law Society community.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, it's challenging and satisfying. And it's populated by intelligent, committed and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, proud of your achievements to date, and proud of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community. And you are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. So on behalf of Justice McNaughton, Justice Faulkner, and indeed all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court, I once again congratulate you on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.